Last time, my adventure in Melbourne came to an end, but I made it to the airport ready for the next leg of my journey, and an hour-and-a-half flight with Virgin Australia.
Today, I'm in Sydney, Australia. If you want to see what I get up to, make sure you keep watching.
And I've landed in Sydney, New South Wales.
One of these airports where you walk out of your boarding gate straight into the shopping centre bit. Welcome to Sydney. So there is an option to catch a train in the city, but that's not going to stop where I'm staying, and I've too much luggage to be messing around, so I'll just get a taxi. So, got my case, off to find a taxi. Like Melbourne, they have this numbered queuing system, so basically they send you to stand next to a number and then the cars pull up. I went to number 11, there was a car coming in and it stopped, so kind of way the mile up goes.
The taxi was an easy and straightforward option, and it dropped me right outside my hotel, the Sofitel Sydney, Darling Harbour, and first job in the lobby was to check into my hotel for the next 3 nights.
This is room 1003 at the Sofitel, Darling Harbour in Sydney. A nice big bed there. Comfy sofa. Huge TV. I've actually paid for a nice room here. I'm a bit disappointed because I was kind of hoping for Darling Harbour views, and yet again I've managed to get the back view. Nothing to look at. However, I've got a really fancy bathroom. That's very nice, isn't it? Then, double showers. Oh no, that's a toilet. And that's a shower. Got a nice big shower as well. Got some toiletries in there. That's good. I'll save my toiletries for the ship. I've only brought so much to last me. Lots of little bits and pieces, flannels. This is a nice. I thought, I get a robe. Very fancy. This will do me very nicely. It is located in Darling Harbour, which I've picked specifically just because I know the nightlife's really good. And last time I stayed in Sydney, I was walking for miles, so I don't want to do that this time. And what have we got there? Coffee machine. Little mini bar down the bottom there. Oh, teas and coffees. There's a whole drawer full of them. Oops. Oh, that's good. Plugs. Quote screen. Fancy glasses. Oh wow, this is a posh one. Down the bottom there. And a kettle. Oh well, can have a brew if nothing else. Then, if you like your fancy coffees.
The wardrobes had a bunch of little extras as well.
Robes, ironing board. Nice down the bottom there. Ooh. Shoe kit. Lots of stuff here. Safe in a drawer. Shoe bag. Oh, slippers as well. It's a bit posh, isn't it? So yeah, very nice. This will do me nicely for the next 3 nights. So I was kind of hoping for a view of Darling Harbour and the bright lights, but for the railway, oh, but I do like a train, so there you go. Watch the trains going past, that's quite cool. I can look into the hotel across the way. But I do have a view of the back streets of Sydney. I'll have to just hope they light up a bit. Obviously next to the ICC. I'm all settled in to room 1003 of the Sofitel Sydney Darling Harbour. It's a bit of a mouthful. It's quite a nice room. I've enjoyed just settling in. I've unpacked what I need to do, and I've been checking out the view. And then it's been a long travel day, to be quite honest, so it always takes out of you a little bit. So I've got this nice comfy bed, so I've had a bit of a rest. But now I'm planning on going out and exploring what Darling Harbour's got to offer. So I saw the Sydney Opera House and the Sydney Harbour Bridge from the window on the plane. That's around the corner. So I'm not too worried if I don't see those tonight. I've got plans to go there tomorrow anyway. So I'm going to go out and get some food and see what Darling Harbour's like. It's been 4.5 years since I last was here, so I picked this place just because I remembered all the nightlife in the restaurants, so I'm hoping it's still as good. They've had COVID since then, of course, like the rest of us, so it'll be interesting to see if anything's changed. But other than that, the hotel has got quite a lot of facilities. It's got a pool, which may or may not try out. It's got a champagne bar, which is open from 3 till midnight on a Friday and Saturday, so tonight's Friday night. Be rude not to, wouldn't it? So might be in there later on. So not really got any idea what the rest of my night's going to be. I'm just going to play it by ear. I've come to Sydney deliberately, come for the weekend. So I thought I might as well enjoy a weekend of the nightlife and exploring during the day. So we'll see where that takes me. So keep watching, follow along, and then you see what I get up to. I've got myself a room with the sunset views. Yeah, I was kind of hoping for one of those rooms at the front with a view. Because when you turn this way, you're in Darling Harbour. One thing I do remember is that over there where the lights are, there were lots of bars and restaurants. So I think we'll go that way.
Darling Harbour's lively on a Friday night. They had free open-air Latin dance lessons if you wanted to join in. But I was too busy taking in the vibe of the place. I decided to have dinner at Nick's seafood restaurant at Cockle Bay Wharf.
Blimey, this is my starter. So actually, the bread was the pre-starter. This is my starter, breaded calamari. I want a fillet steak. And a bit more wine. And that is a view. Walk around the corner and I can see a line of bright lights.
I had a few more drinks at the Sporting Globe, one of the bars I remember visiting last time in Sydney.
Look how beautiful that is. This is the Hotel Champagne Bar. Very nice. A little bit pricey, but you get the views. And actually, I've been paying more for wine in the bar that I've just been in. Good morning from Darling Harbour, Sydney. I'm staying at the Sofitel just behind me, but I'm actually in Darling Harbour here. Got all this magnificent view behind me, all the skyscrapers and hotels. I've been to Sydney before, so I know that for starters what I'm going to do, I'm going to walk around this coastal path and head around to see the Opera House and the Sydney Harbour Bridge, go and see the big favourites first, and then we'll see what else the rest of the day brings. So I'm going to head over the Piedmont Bridge up ahead of me there. So that's that one. and then I'll cross over and get to the other side. Last night I kind of walked it all the way around there and got to the restaurants and stuff, and then the bar's further down, so we'll start this way. Might as well take the shortcut. Now we're going to head round the coastal path. Just over there you can see the Hyatt Regency, which is where I'm going to be staying when I come back off my cruise. Got one night there at the end of my trip. Got the Australian flag flying there. It's not too windy a day actually. Bit of a breeze fluttering the little ones, but obviously not enough to take the big one. I've got jellyfish in the water. So just past the bridge you've got the Australian National Maritime Museum. This is quite close to my hotel, so it's on my potential to-do list depending on what my time's like. We've got the Aussie flag there. Bunch of boats. Obviously a warship there, lighthouse. Much like Melbourne, I've only got 2 days in Sydney, and I know that it's nowhere near enough to do everything that I could do. So I'm just going to be selective and pick and choose 1 or 2 things today. And then on the opposite side, you've got the Wildlife Sydney Zoo, Madame Tussauds and Sea Life Centre. Those are your kind of things. So I've come down the escalator off the bridge and on the King Street Wharf now. Going around the other side of the waterfront here. It's full of tourists. It's a Saturday today, so of course it's busy because everyone's out. On the opposite side of the waterfront, you've got a better view of the ships in the Maritime Museum. It's really busy along the frontier, and this is not in the main tourist season, but it is Saturday. Now, I do remember this next bit. It's Barangaroo.
The Barangaroo Reserve was traditionally an Aboriginal fishing ground, and rock carvings show that it was occupied for over 6,000 years. In the early 2000s, when the area was being redeveloped, this coastal path was created as a leisure and parkland area, and it was then that the area was renamed Barangaroo after an Aboriginal woman who'd interacted with the British colony in the early days of colonisation.
Really popular by the looks of it. I'm walking along the path, and look what I've spotted there at the tip of the Harbour Bridge. See all the yachts, and I've seen a few party boats. I think that one looked like it had a stag do on it or something. Or a bucks party as they call them over here. And then you've got the beautiful rocks there. Or a Naui Cove, named after bark canoes that the Aboriginal people used to use. You come around the corner and you get your first view of the Sydney Harbour Bridge. You'll see a train going across the bridge there. It's a road bridge, a rail bridge and a footbridge. So I've walked across there. And I've actually done the Sydney Harbour Bridge climb, which takes you right up to the top there where the flags are. Did that on my last trip, so I'm not going to do it again, but it's really, really good. If your legs are up to it and you've not got a fear of heights, and even if you've got those, you should really do it anyway. Well worth it, I would highly recommend that. If you're enjoying my videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. So this area where the bridge pylons are is known as the Rocks. So we're right under the bridge. See the bridge pylon there. You can actually go up to the top of the pylons and actually look out over the city. You can see some of the people coming off their bridge climb just to the bottom there. You come down this side, remember that. So I'm down at the Rocks under the bridge. You can see Luna Park in the background there. If you remember in Melbourne at St Kilda, they had a Luna Park, although that was closed when I went. Look at the size of these boats coming through. A yacht and a half, isn't it? And here I am looking at the boats and the yachts and Luna Park and the bridge. And then just as you turn around, it's like, oh look, hello. I have the Sydney Opera House just hiding there at the bottom. Got the full set now. This isn't one I'm going to do, but you can do a hop on hop off bus if you want to. So here I am, Sydney Harbour Bridge. We've got Sydney Harbour in the background, and you spin round, and there's Sydney Opera House in the background. So So here you've got the ferries going back and forth past the Sydney Opera House to Circular Quay over there, which is the ferry terminal. And then you've got the overseas passenger terminal, which is where the Crown Princess is docked today. I need to go and stay there now because that's where I'm sailing from on Monday. Different princess ship, but if you want to see what happens with that trip, make sure you keep watching the series. So just in case I don't get to film it on Monday, this is the overseas passenger terminal. Today's ship is the Crown Princess, and you've got the Sydney Opera House right across from it. And then if you are coming to the cruise terminal, there's an Asian fusion restaurant there. We're at Campbell's Cove. And then there's the Squire's Landing. That seems to be another sort of cafe pub with people sat out. So obviously once you're on the ship, it's food and drink galore, but you get here early. There is somewhere to sit. It's coming time for boarding. This is round about my boarding window time too. So the people are shuffling around in the queue to get in, drop their bags. Taxi's just dropping off right at the front of the ship, and everyone queuing to get in. And you're literally just on the waterfront at Circular Quay. Well, that's your overseas passenger terminal. Ferries back and forth at Circular Quay. They take you all the way around the harbour. I've got a plan to do that at some point this weekend. And then Sydney skyscrapers. Watched lots and lots of New Year's fireworks, so I'm kind of remember this skyline from not only visiting 4.5 years ago, but watching it on the telly every New Year. Just along the rocks, you've got all these cafes with their yellow umbrellas. I think it's 1:30, feels like lunchtime. Might go and get something to eat. Gone for a cheeseburger for lunch with a schooner of beer. It's not quite a pint. And over there, you can just see the top of the Sydney Harbour Bridge.
Every weekend, the Rocks hosts a market. Stalls fill the side streets and run all the way from where I'd had my lunch down near the cruise terminal, all the way up the street, right to the base of the bridge pylons. There's a lot of different market stalls. It's not all for tourists, and there was a bit of everything. But I did manage to buy myself a print for the travel wall.
Right down to the harbour front and the Circular Quay. I had originally planned today to catch the ferry out to Manly Beach, but I've only just got to the harbour properly, and it's 2:20 to 3. So I've abandoned that plan because I've still got all the way around the front to walk, and I'm just enjoying looking and seeing things. So change plans. Manly Beach can wait till tomorrow. So while I'm at Circular Quay, I might as well just check out the ferry routes. So Manly is the F1, so I can go to Manly Beach. You can buy an Opal ticket which lets you travel on all the transport, but you can actually just tap on and off with your credit card if it's contactless. So I'm going to just do that. So that's quite easy. There's a timetable there, but I'll worry about that tomorrow when I get here. Lots of food places down here, loads of tourists, absolutely loads. You've got the ceramic tile pattern on the sails of the Opera House.
They're meant to be self-cleaning from what I remember from last time.
And it's just a little sweep round to see the bridge. I've been told by the concierge in the hotel that if you head round the coast a bit further, there's a point where you can get the whole city into one photo. You look up the top there, you can see the people who've done the Sydney Harbour Bridge climb, made it all the way to the top. And actually, if you go down, you can see some people think they're coming down on the other side. I did that last time. It's a bit expensive, but absolutely well worth it. I would definitely consider doing that again someday. The Opera House is one of those buildings that looks different from every angle, so you have to take loads of photos of it. I've also seen quite a few wedding parties today. It looks like one of the wedding things to do when you get married in Sydney. I'll get photo taken with the Opera House in the background. So next to the Opera House is the entrance to the Royal Botanic Gardens. These are up until 7:30 in October.
The gardens were absolutely packed with people walking and sitting out on a sunny October day. In fact, I even spotted another wedding there as well. And the waterfront path just carries on round, so you see the Sydney Opera House. and then you can literally just walk the coastal path through the gardens.
Beautiful lawns, people lying out in the sunshine. Look at that blue sky. I think these are called ibises. Trotting around the park. They're like seagulls. There's loads of them. Oh, in the background there. Just walking around the path, and it looks like there's another wedding. And I do love these. I saw these up in Queensland, these purple trees. So there you go. You can get married in the park. Beautiful blue sunshine. Trees there. The boats and yachts at the harbour in the background, Sydney Opera House and the bridge as your proper backdrop. And then you get tourists like me just wandering around while you're having your photos taken. So now I've left the park. This is the domain, Gadigal country. The Gadigal elders are custodians and First Nations people. So that's this little peninsula out on the top there. Great shot of the Opera House and the bridge together, overlapping each other. You can see the two little segments of the Opera House. It's like it's all broken up into little separate bits somehow. And you do have to look back on yourself because you've got the city skyline there as well. It comes all the way around. You can't really beat that for a backdrop for a video, can you? The further you walk around this path, the better the view gets. Just have to take loads of photos so that I make sure I get the best one in the end. This is Mrs. Macquaries Point, or it's also called Yurong in the local native language. Mrs. Macquaries Point is also the place to come for the iconic shot of the bridge and the Opera House together. You can also tweet around and you can see all of Sydney Harbour there. I think this is called Mrs. Macquaries Seat. You can imagine when this was full of tall sailing ships, just sitting out here with this view. It's good enough now.
And while I was watching the speedboats, yachts and ferries, trying to imagine Sydney Harbour of the 1800s full of tall ships, a tall ship came into view, just to complete the image. This seemed like a good place to finish my coastal walk, so I turned around and walked back through the botanical gardens into the centre of Sydney.
I can hear music in the distance, so I'm cutting through the park. I'm going to go and see what's going on. Here you've got the Art Gallery of New South Wales. And as well as the modern bit of the Art Gallery, you've got the old bit as well.
At the other end of the park, I found the source of the music.
So the DJ's on stage there. There is some kind of party on, and everyone seems to be dressed in Oktoberfest outfits, so I'm guessing it's a kind of festival. So if you can read it backwards, it's Oktoberfest in the gardens. It wasn't one or two people dressed in Oktoberfest outfits, it's everyone's dressed in Oktoberfest outfits. So I've crossed the road from the Oktoberfest and the Botanic Gardens, and now I'm in Hyde Park. Oh, another wedding. Everyone's getting married today. Obviously the time for it in Sydney. And there's been loads of people getting married just in the park. This is St Mary's Cathedral, and another lovely garden to just have a walk in. I'm going to head down to this fountain down here. Skyscrapers above. And a posh shopping street here, Gucci, Prada. The town of Puppet. and I've walked back in a great big circle, and I can see the Darling Harbour sign there, where I started on Piedmont Bridge. So I've made it back to Darling Harbour. I'm on the opposite side of the road. So this is the Piedmont Bridge, where I started about 5-6 hours ago, something like that. Had a long day walking. There's my hotel in the distance. So I'm going to cross the bridge, go and have a bit of a, put my feet up for an hour or so before I go out for the night. This little section of Darling Harbour is called Cockle Bay, which is where you get your Cockle Bay Wharf from, according to the maps I've read. Kept my eye on the restaurants last night, so I think I've spotted something I want to eat. So I'm going to head over to the same place with the bright lights, try a different restaurant, but go and get me tea. It's just about 8 o'clock at night. Everything's all lit up. Spin round, there's the Sofitel there, my hotel. So I've got a little Billy No Mate's table here, right next to the fountain there. But there's a reason, because apparently at 9:30 there are fireworks there. So she's given me a table with a view of the fireworks for later. So I'm going to take my time. In fact, she's sold me on having a starter. That's an excuse to have some more food, isn't it? Got mushroom arancini and herb bread. I didn't realise they'd all come out at the same time, but never mind. Going to enjoy eating those. It comes in jugs. These are small glasses, I will say. Chicken schnitzel with mushroom sauce and mash. Music in the background. This is a view. This is my table. This is my view. I've been super greedy seeing as they've given me fireworks, and I've got my jug of ale still to finish, so I'm having this is raspberry and white chocolate creme brulee.
After all that food, I was ready for a bit of a walk, and what better excuse than to see Darling Bay all lit up at night. An excellent end to a brilliant day, but I've still got lots more to see in Sydney.